Hey guys, figured to do a quick Bimer code video. It's a little more how it's supposed to be done. I see a lot of guys, they do the Alphina display, or they just get that M up on their car. It's technically done from the right way through the expert mode, and when you do the expert mode, you'll get the whole thing. This is 2019 X7 50i, which was the first model year. This is one of the actually first cars that came out. Like the driver assist pro, it was just driver assist. When the over-air thing came over, I had to go in there and code it, so I get the motorcycles and the car on the side. And you know, this thing now, when you're in traffic under 40, the thing drives itself. It's pretty awesome. That's the pro part of it. But yeah, you're able to just keep adding it. But quick video how you get the X7 M50i instead of just the M. And also I'll show you quick how to do the I always shut, just so you know, I always shut my ambient lighting down. I also leave my car running. I really don't think it's necessary. If I was doing complicated stuff, you know, maybe, but I haven't had a problem. But I do know a bunch of guys that with the new ambient lighting offered in the cars and with the sunroof and all the sky lounge and all that stuff, they've had run into problems where a unit in the back, because there's different control units, it's not like the older cars were just one. They have blown it out and they had to bring it into the dealership. They obviously said, yeah, the light just went out, and they fix it for them, but you know, they keep the car a week, and you know, you're without a car. So always safe to shut your ambient lighting off in the newer cars. So I turn mine off. You're gonna go into your car, and then your settings, and go to general. And what this does is it gives you the option. The X7 doesn't come with the that fake noise that some guys like it and some guys just don't like it. I really wouldn't want it, but to each his own. This is different though. This isn't the sound. It's not going to make your car play stuff over the speakers and make your engine sound that much different. What it's doing is, if you have it in sporty, like there, your exhaust flap will actually be open all the time. If you had somebody in the car and, you know, giving a little gas now by the exhaust, you would hear the different, more of a throaty sound, because that flap's open and it's getting more engine air to your engine, which is always good when you're going. I'm usually 80 in that range. I don't do the 60 miles an hour. This car wants to go 80. And then if you switch it down to balance, it would just basically be more balanced in no matter what mode. When you put in depending on driving mode, it will only be open when you're in sports or sports plus, sports expert, whatever you have it set. You know, all the stuff you could add. And reduced would just be, if you're running eco, it's just really subdued and quiet with the engine's flap. It's pretty similar to how the car is when you're driving around town and you're not really in sports mode. It's very subdued. But I usually leave it in sporty. I think it's good for the engine to get air and that flap to be open. I see some of these other guys making videos where their flap is open because they're cutting wires in the back, and I wouldn't do that to my car personally. So you can add this menu. I'll share that quick also. So let's run through this. I am not a big video guy. I'm not trying to sell you adapters or anything, so excuse the cameras. You know, this is another phone to another phone. So anyway, let me get back out just to show you what I'm talking about with the dash. You're going to be setting from the expert mode, and you can see all the different choices. Where it says here, they give you a choice to X7 50i, and this is for all cars, even if you have like an analog, and you had it set to say Alphina, and this is an analog display. You'd be able to get, it would say Alphina, it would say the B7, and then some guys even put like the you can put the V12, if it's a V12, a different car, over here, and it puts one here and one here. It doesn't list it like this on the digital displays, but you can put the stuff on there still, so it's actually pretty cool. Let me connect again because I got kicked off, and that's what I meant. I started a video, I had to stop before. make sure you're in airplane mode. I'm not actually coding, so I just got a call and I have to start all over again. But when you're not coding, nothing's going to happen. But if you're coding, like I said, I'm doing this with the car on. Put in airplane mode, because once you start updating, downloading, and doing your thing, you'll screw someone up. And as soon as you go in, you're going to code. Do a backup before you do anything. So if you do have that problem, you forgot to put it on, you do a simple backup and you get everything back, no problem. Don't rely on an old backup. Do a backup before that day. There's a guy out here that does a lot of videos for stuff. His name is Shy Mike, and he that guy's an engineer, a Cisco engineer, and all he does is computers all day long. He flips in and out of stuff and changes the stuff on his car that he knows his stuff, man. This guy can fix any computer, and this is basically a computer on wheels. So check out some of his videos, man. All my props go to him. That guy knows his stuff, and give me some confidence. I have to be so worried going in here to change a couple things. So anyway, you can see that this is 2019. Like I said, X7. There wasn't even an M when this came out. There wasn't the Driver Assist Pro, where if I was on the highway, you'd see the cars and the trucks on the side of you. With the over-the-air updates, Tesla owns that program, and now BMW buys from them, so you get your over-the-air updates. So I was able to add all that stuff. So now I get the motorcycles, and I could drive in traffic 40 miles an hour, and the car drives itself. You don't have to do anything. You touch the wheel, just stare at the little camera up front a little bit. So anyway, we're going to be, you go to your model car, and you're going to continue. Obviously, you're going to go into expert mode. And we'll bang this out real quick. I got kicked off, sorry. I would have left it on there. So it'll take a little bit longer. I don't want to pause this. Like I said, I'm not a video guy, and I have to restart this whole thing. So it shouldn't take that long to load up. But yeah, definitely, I'll tell you, the car sounds how it should, and that's if, I'm sure you could shut your sound off and go in this and do your exhaust flap. I know you can't have both of them on, where your exhaust flap is open. This is set up so sporty, your exhaust flap is open all the time. And like I said, depending on the driving mode is another good one to put in if you're driving sport. But I usually keep this thing in like Comfort Plus or something. Once in a while I'll put in the Sports Exper Plus or whatever, and I do a little more beating on the car. So anyway, we're in the control unit. Mostly all the videos out there, you see people just going here and they're making this change and they think, oh yeah, I changed it. Really not doing much when you do that. You go into the instrument cluster, you're just changing the front, and you're just going to get the M logo or the Alphina background. Yeah, that's one way, but you're not getting how it would be set up from the factory. And it all depends on the order. Some things, if there's not a car that exists, you can't make up your own. But being it's a 50i, it will take the thing. If it doesn't take it, the worst thing that's going to happen is it's just going to kick it back out to have it set, or it'll go to the stand, and you just got to return it from that front menu. On this car, if I went to M and I went to Expert Mode and did it, it wasn't taking it. It has to be an M Performance, the 160 to 200. In M Sport, it wouldn't take it either. It wouldn't take and give you that X7 M50i emblem. So all the cars are different. You have to try yours. It did work for the Alphina, and I like it the way it is. And I was able to put up the model and thing, and it looks nice on the top if you like that. So anyway, if you do it wrong, it's just going to take you from here back to the standard. If you pick something that the car, doesn't take. I mean, there's stuff in here. You can make this a police car or whatever you want. You can make it a limo. When you get into these menus, just do your backup before you start. You can't really mess anything up. Anybody that's got an engineer for Cisco knows this stuff. So that guy knows this stuff. So anyway, we're going to go into expert mode. Obviously, you did your backup before you started, and we're going to just put in the top, we're going to put in logo. Oh man, I popped the wrong button out, man. I'm sorry, guys. Instrument cluster again. like I said, I'm not doing these videos and trying to sell you an adapter on the bottom so I get credit on Amazon. I'm using the CX adapter in here that one I had before doesn't let you do too much anymore with Bimer code. You're really limited with the stuff I want to do with these. So yeah, it's about like $50 on Amazon. I got no codes, I got no nothing, so I really don't care. You can try it on that one. I'm not sure if it works or not. Anyway, we're gonna go to expert mode. Continue, and we're going to put on the top here, we're going to put in logo, and you got to pick the right one. Logo. Okay, you can see the different logo options. It's not the first one up here. It's always going to be in the bold text, the first part of that menu, whatever that controls. And once you get out of this, you'll be out of German also. It's this one here, 3001, if that's a KI or a KL, I don't know, underscore parameter. You click on that one, and then you see this is where you would have to set it Alphina if you wanted to get into the other B7 part. But you can see all the cars that are listed here. It has to be something in your car range that you have it. It could be an older one, like I said, digital analog. It just puts the display in different spots. You could add V12. This one will even take the V12, but it's not anything I wanted. So usually the 7s are all towards the bottom. So you would go here to X750i. You can see I already checked that one, and then you go obviously code that. If you selected, it would take the diesel, okay, but I don't know why anybody would want that if you don't have a diesel, but I don't even know what an X7 M60i is. I never heard of it. Maybe that's a car they're coming out with, or a V12, who knows, man, but I haven't seen X7 M60i ever. Maybe it's a European thing, I have no clue. But yeah, you would pick it from here, and then you go back. If you don't pick the right thing when you go back, you're going to code this, okay? I'm not going to code it. Mine's already coded. When you go back to that front menu, when you're out of expert mode, you're going to go back to your instrument cluster. If you had it selected in here, just the M or whatever, it's going to pop it back into the regular one, and your dashes, it's not going to have, it could still have just the M on it, but it's not going to have the X7 M50i. It's going to have something else. Usually just goes blank. You have to, with the X7 or I guess an X5 or any of the X models, you have to pick the one that's going to say performance on it. You get an M, the M logo. Like this car came with the M brakes. It came with the 2019 model. A couple of things under it has bigger air intakes in there as well, and that was one of the reasons why I opened it up in here. Then they sort of toned it down a little bit, and they made, towards the end of the year, they made a big difference between the M50i when that came out last year and the regular 50i, the first model year. So in here, either one, the M, it took the M's performance up to 160, the M performance up to 200. If you select M, you won't get that. It'll pop out on on this car. I haven't tried it on the 5 or anything else, but usually, from what I've seen and helped a couple people out, usually you have to go with the performance ones. M Sport it wouldn't take. I didn't even try standard if it's going to come up on that. I just know that it takes it, that label, the X7 M50i, if you pick any of these two. You can't mess it up. Worst thing that's going to happen, you have to go back out and go to the screens. Not the end of the world. So anyway, you would, as long as that pops up on your screen, you're good. You don't even have to code again. You just go out and disconnect yourself, and you're done. I don't want to make this video too long, so maybe I'll just come back and I'll show you how to do the. I'll do a second video and I'll do the engine. So your exhaust flap is open. It just takes so long to go in and out of these modes. So yeah, I'll do that one later. Anybody's got a question or anything, if I didn't go over to, I'm not, like I said, a big video making garb. I'm just trying to help you guys out a little bit. But I will do another one, because I'll tell you, the exhaust flap out of everything to me was the best one. Being able to change it just on the highway. I even noticed that the car, it's running cooler, and I'm hitting that gas, and this thing, the governor goes on the 130 something. It gets up there a lot quicker from 80 to the max, and the RPMs are lower, and the engine stays a lot cooler. So to me, that's a great feature, man. Being able to, like the Mercedes-Benz, they got the thing over here. That's just making still a fake noise. This is actually opening your flap, which I think is awesome. And a lot of videos on here, like I said, guys cutting wires and this and that, sticking rocks in their exhaust. I don't think you got to do all that. Having that right in your menu there, I think is pretty cool. But we'll get back soon, do a video. Like I said, I really don't do videos, so hey, if it works out, if you like it, press like. People always say that. I don't know if you get something in the mail, like a Cupid doll or something, but at least put something down that you liked it. Any questions, I can help you out, or I'll give you that other guy's website. He goes over stuff. He does like 90-minute videos real quick. This guy's changing around Christmas, red and green, and he's making his ambient light around Easter purple and all that stuff. The guy's been fixing computers for 40 years, which is older than most of you guys on here, so the guy knows his crap. But yeah, don't get worried about putting this in that mode. My car's running, my battery's not going to go dead. It's all good. If you don't get the first time, try a different one in that front menu, or just go back to standard and set it from just the expert mode only, and you'll end up with exactly that. Or if you want the Alphina, you get the it'll say B7 next to it, and I just think it looks cool and I like it. And we'll get back to you later on today, and we'll show you how to hook this baby up. Have a good day. Take it easy. Stay safe. God bless.